Okay, so we're sitting down today. Quentin has put together some questions for us to ask each other. I think that there's a general curiosity throughout the team about us. I'm not really sure why, but there is just a general curiosity. I guess it is kind of rare for newlyweds to like just start working together randomly and then 11 years later,
keep it going. Yeah.
12 years later. Yeah. Still be working together. So let's get to it.
Yeah.
First question for us today is, how did I convince you to work for Myers Market?
So it wasn't necessarily a convincing, it was more like practical. It made sense. It was the next logical step. So I was working.
Let's do all sales pitches.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, for sure.
Which we'll get into your sales stuff later, but I was working at World Travel at that point in time. I had just started 3 months prior.
Yeah.
And so we had just had Lila a little bit earlier.
Lila's our middle child.
Yes, Lila's the middle child. And we sat down and said, it makes sense if we're going to grow the company for you to quit your job, for me to quit my job and come join, or it's just going to stay what it is, what it was at that point. And I think that we both wanted to see it grow, and that was pretty much it. I didn't really have any background in anything at that point in time.
But you did. I mean, you did. I mean, your whole life, you were like taking computers apart and putting them back together, like figuring out all the tech stuff just like as a hobby. So you just didn't have any professional experience. To be honest with you, neither of us had that much professional experience. I had 4 years in media, and an additional 2 years before that and as a marketing director. It's not like I had just endless experience in running a company. So a lot of interesting growth patterns that first 2 years. That was really interesting.
All right, so question 2, what is your favorite part about working together?
Okay, so probably my favorite part of working together is conversations that we don't ever have, but we have them. Like being able to look at each other across the table and know exactly what each other is, like the direction that the thoughts are going, or the decision that just got made in a conversation that we were having that just answered a question that we had been thinking about for weeks, or realizing, it's almost 2:00, one of us needs to leave, someone needs to make this exit comment that one of us is about to leave to go pick up a kid. So the unhad conversations are probably my favorite part. What about you?
For me, there's a point in time where you see like older couples and they like,
not us.
No, not us. Like older, like, people in their 70s, 80s, 90s.
Oh, okay.
To where they can look at something and they know that their spouse is not going to like it.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like we got years and years worth of that type of experience really quickly in the beginning of our marriage.
Yeah.
And so like I can go and I can look at a graphic and know, Dani's not going to like that.
Yeah.
That's not going to be something that she wants.
Yeah, I think our team does a really good job of designing, but you're right. And I'm trying to think if there's anything like that for you here. Maybe I just do it
you just do it naturally. That's never been something that I have just naturally been good at. But like your natural state.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, good for me, I guess. And I'm trying to think of like one that I'm just like, oh no, DA is not gonna like that. No, no, mm-mm. No, can't think of any. You're pretty lax though. So, okay. What is your favorite part of the culture at Myers Marketing Management?
So I have a real answer and I have my fun answer.
Just the real ones. Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
I like my fun one.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, all right. Okay. So the real one. What I like about our culture is the way that we approach anything and everything that we do, because we aren't bound by a specific vertical. We aren't just in one industry. We're not just doing car washes. We're not just doing restaurants.
We're not a med spa agency.
Yeah. The culture is to look at everything from every possible angle. And the way that we can come in and take something from another industry, tweak it and apply it to a different industry, that's not something that I've ever had in another job before. This is the way that we do it. This is the way that we do it every single time. But the creativity is my favorite part of this culture that I don't see a whole lot of other places.
Inspired creators.
Inspired.
That's one of our core values. So that one's your favorite?
Yeah.
I like that one too.
What about you?
I want to say that the partnership, that mentality of the reciprocal relationship of we're kind of going in business together. I truly care about your company and how I can help you scale it. And so does the team. But to be fair and almost unfair, I like all of our culture. There's really not a piece that I don't like. There's more challenging pieces to train and to monitor. But I think if I could say one thing, okay, I'm kind of going in circles here, but okay, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I think that the fact that we hold the line on our culture, like we fire and hire based on it, both internally and clients. It's a standard of relationship. It's a standard of ethics that we put first. I think that is really rare. I know, because a lot of people tell me that a lot of businesses say it and don't live it out. And I like to think, and people tell me, but I like to strive, I guess I'll say that. I like to strive to be that company that puts their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
So what's your fun one? Is it nice?
It is.
Okay, what is it?
I get to wear jeans every day.
Oh yeah, you do like that.
I love to wear jeans every day.
And you don't have to shave
I don't have to shave. I had a job,
once.
enterprise rental car, had to shave every 2 days.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah. At one point you had a mustache and
I did.
it was terrible.
It was not good.
It's not good. I mean, it was a superb mustache, but just terrible for me. I did not enjoy that.
All right, next question. How did you build Myers Marketing to where it is today?
Well, I would say that we took the slow route. We prioritized, again, like I said, we prioritized culture. We prioritized family. We prioritized education. So between those three things and this mindset that I walked into the beginning of the company when I started it in 2011 with this, I'm going to make it to 5 years profitable. And that's all I care. Like, that was my focus. I don't care how big I get. I'm going to make it to 5 years. I'm not going to fall into that statistic.
No.
And so we were profitable from day one, and we have always been profitable. So slow and steady, I feel like, comes to mind as far as how. Obviously, definite E-Myth gal over here as far as I was a marketer, sales account executive who decided on culture and a way of doing business and started my own company. Oh. So there's definitely learning curves that if I would have started with what I know now, we probably would have scaled faster. But even still, what really comes to mind is that saying like slow and steady is how we grew it. I don't know if that's what we're looking for here, but do you have the how we grew?
No, I think my answer just kind of echoes your own. The slow and steady.
Well, that's a cheap way to take out of that question.
Well,
Yeah.
you took the good answer. I can give you a fun one.
Look.
No, I think when you first in 2011, you decided. I remember like it was yesterday. You said you wanted to open your own business. You had this idea for what it would be, not just for us,
Yeah.
not just for you, but for whoever came to work here.
Or work with us.
That whatever they were passionate about, they could do and do business with us.
Yeah. So we just allowing that the fluidity of passion.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We're not requiring that you're just super passionate about
Right.
this one tiny little aspect of life. We know, and it's something that we say about all of our employees, that they're very passionate people. They're going to have passions that are outside of what we do here. And not only do we want that, we encourage that.
Yeah.
And I think that's really how Myers has grown. It's not just, hey, we're just super passionate about marketing. It's, hey, we're really
passionate about you. Yeah, and we're passionate about people. If we're passionate about anything, we're passionate about people. Mm-hmm. And I think that's our partners, which we call our clients partners. I think in that regard as well, like I don't have a certain mold of client. Like you have to, like it's very helpful if you're semi-tech literate, but you don't have to be an expert and you don't have to not be an expert either. We can work with you if you know quite a lot. We're scaling and working with you. There's no certain mold. It's really about, we're passionate about what we do and we want to come alongside and match where our partners are. Mm-hmm. Okay, I've got the next question. I like this one. All right, if you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Ooh. Come back and give myself one piece of advice. Write everything down.
What did I say for the first 5 years of business?
I know.
Literally, there were memes made of me. You made memes of me with my face that said, write everything down. Write that down. Did you write it down? Write that down.
I should have listened.
Oh, listen to your wife. That's the advice.
That's really, listen to your wife is the advice that I would give myself 5 years back.
Hysterical.
No, I do.
Both wife and writing it down.
Yeah, both of them wholeheartedly do that. But no, when you get in the habit of writing everything down that you're doing and how you're doing it, the process of systematizing and helping to grow and helping to replicate and reflect,
find where the problem was.
Report, everything revolves around, if you're not writing it down, it all revolves around your memory. And our memory as human beings, and especially mine, oh man, I just like hit that mic and I am so sorry. But
It's fine.
my memory is somewhat flawed, and every human being's memory is. And if that's what we're relying on to systematize, to pass on, to report, to reflect, all of these different things, then our reporting and our systematizing, everything is going to be flawed as well. Writing things down as you're doing them, not after the fact, that's a huge piece, as well as just straight up listening to your wife.
For sure.
Yeah. What about you? What advice would you?
Oh, like I said, this is one of my favorite questions. For me, and same kind of advice I give, just like any young professional that I talk to, no, or just anyone that I know, not even young professional. But that advice is just like, take more risks, be brave. Because a lot of people at the age I was and starting the agency and doing what I did saw that as bravery. And I mean, I look back and I'm like, dang, girl, do it. But I feel like if I could talk to myself then, I would just say, one isn't enough. Daily, I need you to make big risks. I need you to jump into the deep end, go to the bigger pool. Don't start in the small pool. Be in all the pools. And be genuine like I've always been. That's one like, can't shake me, is I want to be authentic. I don't want to come across scripted. I just want to be me. And I think that just giving myself that freedom to say, hey, listen, just go jump in that big pool and listen more than you speak, but go get in that pool now, would have been some valuable advice to myself at that time.
It's good.
I don't regret anything, but I do think that there's a level of reserve that even the subconscious can overtake your risk-taking, even if you are of the bravest, right?
Yeah.
And I think that I would have told myself, I would like to think I would have told myself that. Or I would now, I guess.
Yeah. All right, next question. If you could describe my work style in one word, what would it be and why? Remember, this is going to be publicly viewed.
I know. This one's one that stumped me. I almost didn't want to start the questions that you had in this one. To start, your work style.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I don't know. Your work style is just, I think it's one of those things, and I mean, can we be real for a minute? I think it's just one of those things that like certain personality types are more like inclusive of other people, and others are more inner dialogue functioning, and you're the latter.
Yeah.
And I'm
the former.
And so for me, what comes as common sense to me, sometimes I look at it like, I know things are going on and the work's happening, but like, what's going on? Yeah. So you have a good work ethic. You're determined. I think that your work style is more inner dialogue, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
What about you?
Driven. It's the easiest question on this for me.
Driven.
You don't do things at half speed. Like whatever you do, it is going to and there's time for patience, there's a time for taking things slow, but it's intentionally slow.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
And that's where I guess, which is why I say driven and not just fast.
Yeah. But there's also a time to just full throttle that thing and go up the hill.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I like that one.
Yes, you do. You love that one.
Yeah.
But you know the difference, and you can recognize when it is time to do one over the other, and you very intentionally switch gears. And whatever that situation calls for, even if it's not popular, even if it's not something that, that people are quote unquote ready for, you're going to do what your convictions tell you to do, regardless of outside opinion.
That sounds terrible.
No, it doesn't sound terrible. Like that's.
I do seek counsel.
You do seek counsel. I guess what I'm saying is that like the speed bumps, the road obstacles that are nothing more than just trying to keep you from your goal, those are the things that you bypass.
For sure.
And bypass very quickly.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been in seasons in our business where it's just one massive road of speed bumps.
Yeah.
And I full throttled those. I did. And get me through this. Terrible. You know exactly the year I'm talking about too.
Yes, I do.
Pedal to the metal. Ooh. Did I answer that?
I asked you that one. It's your turn.
Yeah. Oh. Have I ever surprised you
Daily.
with any unexpected talents or skills?
Daily.
I want to know what they are. I mean, what are you underestimating me on?
I don't think it's underestimating. I think it just comes out of left field. Like, so the way that you have, we've had a recent partner that's come in and they're two differing personalities. And the way that you have handled the both of them.
The business partners?
Yes, the business partners.
I know who you're talking about.
Have just, with such a finesse that allows both business partners to move forward and to feel very, not even just comforted, but confident in what we are doing with them and what they're doing together and how they're moving forward. Like that's one thing I knew that you could get everyone on the same page. And I guess I wasn't even in the room for some of these, but then I got the opportunity to be in the room while you were talking with the both of them. And it's like you switch midstream when you're talking from one to the other.
I do?
Yes.
Oh,
yes. And it's the way that you speak to each of them is directly appropriate for each individual. And so that was just one thing very recently, in fact, that I just was like, hell.
Yeah. Oh, well, Mr. Counselor over here. That's why you're so impressed. He's like, I had to get a master's degree to know how to do that.
I had to spend a lot of hours.
No, we won't go into my work history, but I started in sales, and I think that, and I'm very empathetic. Mm-hmm. And so I think between that type of hard education that I had starting in the type of sales that I started in, and then also the empathy side of it and just knowing what it takes to work with your business partner. In my case, it's my spouse. But yeah, I really enjoy that. I think that if I could spend all day coaching people through that, that would be just a superb day.
Yeah.
That's fun. I feel like I shouldn't say you ever surprise me, because we're kind of opposite in the sense that I think you can do everything and you are not always 100% sure. Like, I'm talking year back in the day when we first started, you're like, I don't know, Dani. I'm like, oh no, you can do that.
You want me to build a website?
Oh, I built our first website.
I know.
Yeah.
But then you asked me to do it.
12 years ago.
I know.
It's not that hard. Anyway, now you're really good at it though.
Yeah.
First time we did software integration, the first time we did automations, first time we even worked with an API of any kind, app development. I think for me, it's not always that you surprise me that you can do it. I think that it always surprises me your hesitancy on, which is good because we balance each other in that way. Because you go and you make sure that you know everything about it and then do it. I am always impressed, though. I will say this, always impressed that technology seems to like you, in the sense of I could literally be working on a printer for an hour and you come up and push a button and it works. It's true.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying.
Yeah.
I could be trying to open an app on my phone and you touch my phone and it opens. It's really annoying. But what it serves really well is this relationship that you have with technology is like, there's really not ever a problem that you haven't been able to solve. Sometimes in the beginning of our business, it cost you some sleep, but you figured it out.
Yeah.
So.
Lots of sleep.
Okay.
All right. So let's see here. Okay.
I don't really understand this question. Let's unpack this, DA.
Let's unpack this. So we've got, if you could switch roles with your spouse for a day, wouldn't do it, not even a little bit. What would you What would you each choose and why?
Choose what? You'd be switching with me.
Right.
That's what I don't understand.
I think, would you choose to?
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
I wouldn't either.
I'm good.
No. You're good at what you do. Mm-hmm. And
I think I'm good at systems, so
yeah.
I couldn't build a single thing, but I could systemize your entire department in a week.
And
I have, yeah.
No.
But yeah, I'm good at systems,
Yeah,
but I don't want to build anything.
And there's like 80% of what you do that would keep me in a fetal position. So.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking on the phone. Let's just start there.
I'm on the phone all day.
Oh, I know.
Let's see. Okay. What is the most valuable lesson you've learned? Oh, about each other working together.
About you.
Yeah.
So I think, and again, I don't think that this is surprising, but they didn't ask what was,
I said valuable.
yeah, valuable. And I think that's the key word here, is that your loyalty, whether that's to our internal team or to our partners, basically knows no bounds. If everything is working inside of our core values and what we hire and fire on, and if it's inside of there, there's literally nothing you wouldn't do.
That's valuable.
Yeah, I do think it is. I think it's very valuable. I mean, for me, your husband, I see that, but it's reinforced. That's the what's the saying? Character is what you do whenever no one's looking. And there are times where you think that nobody's looking, and I am. And that's exactly the same meal.
That's really sweet and also kind of creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yep. For me, I'm a more practical person, but I probably do have sweet ones too. But I'm going to go with the most valuable thing that I've learned about you is that you like to have warning, but not so much warning, like you like to know what's coming, but not so much ahead of time that you have a chance to freak yourself out. Yeah. But you like a heads up. You like to process it before the meeting. You like to know what's in the proposal before you have to actually sit down and build it. You tend to want to prep a little bit, even if it's just mentally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a sweet spot.
And then the little bit of information that I shared today about just, I'm not going to put the whole male together, but it is a lot of men, that deadlines. Just knowing, don't leave something open-ended. We're working on this. Well, we could be working on it for a year. We're working on this and it's due on Friday. It gets done on Friday.
Yep.
So, has working together improved your communication skills as a couple?
I want you to answer this one because.
No. I don't really know any different. We just got married and started working together. So I don't really know if I know. It was only a year and a half that we were married before we started working together. I'm sure it did, but I just don't know any different or any better.
I mean, I definitely think that it's gotten better over the years, just because I don't want to say better, maybe more efficient.
Yeah. Like we don't have to say a lot of words.
Yeah, which goes back to that one answer you said earlier of, the conversations that we have that we don't have to have. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's where the efficiency gets shown. If our work relationship had a theme song,
I don't know. You seem
you
really excited about it.
No?
No, I don't know. You seemed excited about this one. I have no idea.
I'm gonna wait because mine has to go second. All right, fine. Working 9 to 5.
Dolly Parton.
Come on,
Working
Dolly
9 to
Parton.
5?
Are you kidding me? How does that, like, when you listen to that song, I know you love that song.
That's funny. I didn't think of that. That's good. Oh my gosh. Okay. If you could give each other one superpower to excel at work, what would it be?
Ooh.
Mine's a little sassy. Not that bad. Okay.
Oh, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. I'm going to give you the superpower of Superwoman. Superpower.
Superwoman?
Like women.
Okay.
I'm going to give you discernment.
Oh.
I'm going to give
not
you
Superwoman.
No, women.
Women.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm going to give you discernment, and I'm going to give you and whatever the superpower is to be able to like connect all the thought patterns. Yeah.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
But also everything else stays. You just get that superpower.
Okay. I was thinking a little more literal for superpower.
Yeah, Marvel. We're going Marvel.
Yeah.
What is it?
So.
Flight.
No.
Oh, dang.
No. Come on.
Go pick up my kids.
Super speed. Any day.
Oh, speed?
Any day.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm already going really fast, though.
Yeah, you would, like your travel time, it's 30 minutes right
I'm
now.
already half of whatever it takes you to get anywhere. I don't know if you want to give me that.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but
Yeah.
no, like
I
you
appreciate
just,
that. I'll take some speed.
yeah,
Great.
I'll take discernment and
thanks
the
for doing
ability
this.
to connect thoughts.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thank you. for having me and
Having you.
having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime, DA.